with number one. For me, why is Federico Chiesa not playing? I want to start with that first because we are playing the ball around the guys like we don't want to win, want to score a goal. And I heard Dom says indeed that Tel doesn't win in January, and I absolutely agree. We're not facing the champions. The guys are facing the champion that is us, and we're not even playing as a champion. Arsenal is a better team. This reminds me of we don't even beat Leeds, we don't even beat Fulham this year, and Arsenal is a better team. Eh? We're so lucky. If Gabriel Martinelli put that into the back of the net, we'd have lost the game. We'll have be talking about Arsenal won, Liverpool nil at this moment. What are we doing? Is this our play as a champion against a team that is doing well, 6 points clear at the top of the standings? We're so lucky because that should have been 8 points clear at the moment right now.
Yeah.
Why should look, man? Arsenal, look, the playing style that we put out there, it's not looking good. It's not looking that good. We should have won this game. And yeah, the both of us, man, watching a boring game, a boring match. And honestly, your head is so shiny. I don't know. Do you have Erting's style, bro? Because it looks to me like we're in fourth. It looks to me like we just no, you know what? Let's take Champions League because we're not in the title race. We don't deserve to be in title race. We deserve to be what in top four. We lost. No, we mean we draw. This means that Michael Edwards and Hughes don't have any decision to make of this coach because look, Luis Enrique is free. He didn't sign a new contract with PSG.
He might be, yeah.
Get this, get honest lad, oh please, and get this coach in. I'll be happy. Arsenal was a better team. We should have lost the game. We should have been talking about. I should have been congrats Arsenal for winning this game. But look, man, Arsenal was a better team. I don't know what we're doing, guys. I don't know, man. Something, you're not looking good. But look for me, man. David Raya. I said this before, he's a Superman. He looks to me like he's saving Arsenal's day, bro. Indeed. So yeah, man. Jard at the Emirates not looking good, but yeah, Bradley is all. Hey, big up Doctor, man. Big up Doctor, bro.
Yo, big up to you, my G.
Yeah, man.
Yes. I'm gonna put my headphones in. Let me just quickly see if you can. Let me see. Can you guys still hear me?
Sure can. Yep.
Yeah, man. You can. Yeah, this
Right.
one we can.
Nice one. Doctor, mate. Welcome. How you doing, man? You been good?
Oh, I mean, I mean, for what it's worth, I've been all right. But I swear down, Arsenal always find the opportunity to really throw a spanner in the mix. That's for sure.
Yeah, man. I mean, so poor today, bro. Like, first off, I was very disappointed anyway. Like, yeah, we had all the possession, but we created nothing. Liverpool obviously hit the crossbar from Conor Bradley. But I was thinking, look, we've seen a common theme of starting these games off where in the first half really slow. Second half we could pick up a little bit. I was thinking second half we should be able to pick it up. But bro, it was horrible that second half, man. Liverpool looked like the flipping side at the top of it. They're pushing for it, man. They're pushing for the like I think had 72% possession in that second half against us. And if they had a proper, this is the thing, Jordan, you was missing Ekatike up front today, bro.
Exactly. He's playing mind games. He's playing mind games. I know when I saw
your manager made no subs. Your players played a full 90 minutes, bro. The only sub that he made was when Conor Bradley has a force off an injury, mate. Yeah, this Liverpool team was there for the taking.
No, bro. Fede, where is Fede? If you're not gonna play Federico Chiesa, then let him return back to Juventus. If that's the case, that will help him get more gaming time. Because I don't see Fede. Where is he? playing against in this game, exactly. Oregon Gun says AKTK would have scored today. Exactly, absolutely agree with his comment there. He would have scored.
You know,
We'll be
I
talking about Liverpool winning this game.
oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we'll have
Now,
talked about this game.
now go
Yeah.
on, go on, Doctor man. What do you think of it overall, man?
You know, as we've as we've lamented a lot this season, Arsenal have been a tale of two halves for a lot of the matches where our first half and second half performance are literally two sides of a different coin. And in the first half, you know, as you said, we've had a lot of possession and did absolutely nothing with it, right? You know, rather, like, how long have we uh, been hearing that story for? Rather, even prior to Mikel, right? You
Mm.
know, having all this possession, playing lovely, you know, Tim Lewis hairstyle, U-shaped football, rather like all around like the final third, doing absolute fuck all with it. And you would have thought, right? Or at least I unfortunately had the I tried to see. This is what happens. See, this is why I have trust issues. This is truly in part why I have trust issues. You know, every single time I try to give this man, rather be this stupid manager, a little bit of faith, given the benefit of the doubt, considering that there have been so many opportunities where, well, I won't say opportunities, but rather so many instances, rather, like where in the first half we were absolutely trash. Then in this, rather like then at the halftime break, whatever was said and done, like rather like in the dressing room, and then the second half, like we came out to play. Today, we did not do that. We allowed a Liverpool, sorry, like we allowed a team that was not only out of form, but that had injuries left and right, and we allowed them to outplay us in the second half to the point where ultimately, like they should rather like they could have stunk out like a 1-0 win, and we looked completely out of ideas. And you know, I see a lot of Yacarez slander out there, and look, you know, as I said, like I mean, like as a player, he should be doing a little. He should be contributing more. There's no shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, yeah.
At the end of the day, he is one of just many passengers in this system. He is ultimately just another casualty due to a very rigid, boring, bland system that has already proven to fail time and time again. And you know, like, and the fact, you know, like, you know, as a striker, like you just don't literally you just don't lose like your taste and goals just rather just all of a sudden. Like it is like it has been so evident and so clear that we are not playing to rather to get not only to even get the best out of him, like we're not even playing just to get anything out of him. Like
Mm.
he is solely just being used as a Trojan horse to allow the other, you know, like players on the pitch, you know, like Mikel's, you know, like bum chums, to be able to, you know, like, you know, rather get the limelight. It's, you know, it's a complete disgrace, you know, and like I rated the window of 5 out of 10 last August, and I said that we weren't
Mm.
going to win the league simply because like we had retained this manager, and you know, and every single time that well, rather 9 times out of 10 that we are presented with an opportunity to lay down a marker and to show the league that we are actually, you know, like here to actually get over the line, we squander that opportunity.
Nah, yeah, 100%, bro. I agree because we had opportunities to get 8 points clear today, bro. You have to take these opportunities, man. As when you're up against a team like Manchester City and Pep Guardiola's Manchester City, and they've gone and drew 3 games in a row, mate. You have to take these opportunities, man. Like it's so frustrating, but nah, bro. I thought you're spot on as always, Doctor there, man. But we got Rory in the building. Big up, Rory, bro.
Big up, Rory.
Mate, I thought that was dreadful personally, bro. But take it away, man. What do you think about the game and all that?
Where do you want me to start with that? I mean, it's just. I mean, this week's been a great week, you know, with teams dropping points, hate watch is successful, and then we have the opportunity to extend our lead to 8 points, but you know, the same problem, or should I say, the same problems have almost kicked in. like it was last season, because last season, you think about it, we had plenty of opportunities to capitalise, but we ended up drawing games. Hence, you know, we ended up drawing 13, innit? So,
Mm.
yeah, like anyone defending that, because, you know, it's Premier League champions, etc., like, do me a fucking favour. You know what it is, right? Surely, the night before, going into this game, when we obviously lost to Liverpool at Anfield, I was thinking, surely, right, any logical coach would have sat there the night before and actually dissected what went wrong in that game. How do we lose that? And the only solution he's come out with was to play exactly the same way, and we end up getting a point instead of no points. So, you know, well played, well played. It's just, for me, there is a severe mentality issue with this manager, and the fact we are so fucking scared to win these sort of games, even when we are at home,
Mm.
right? Away from home, away from home, like, listen, we do play the same way, but you kind of like understand that. I don't mind it, but when you're at home, I expect us, I expect us to at least be on the front foot, right? In the opening 20 minutes, Liverpool did not want to be there. They were checked out already. They were there for the taking, as well as us. Like, both teams were there for the taking, but none of us had the firepower up front. And Liverpool weren't expected to win tonight because they had three of their attackers out injured or at AFCON. Arsenal were at full strength. Shock, we lost yet another defender.
Yeah.
Due to injury, but you know, like, that's pretty much us at full strength, right? I said before the game I wanted to see Eze start in the 10, and you see why. So all this bollocks about, oh well, you know less than the manager, when it took him until the 77th minute to actually realise that Odegaard is not cut out for these big games.
Yeah.
What did he do to stay on for that amount of time? Please tell me.
He probably waxes like he probably like waxes out like Mikel's balls in the shower or something. I mean, like, there must be something so personal going on with him. But honestly, I mean, and I don't mean like to interject, but you know, like, we all know how stubborn this manager is, right? You know, like, and we know that during the summer, Odegaard was getting a lot of heat from one certain Mr. Arsenal himself, saying that this team will not win, you know, like, with Odegaard as captain, you know,
Yeah.
like, and Arteta, being as stubborn as he is trying to not only prove, you know, him wrong, rather like a title winning captain for that matter, you know, like, he's trying to prove everyone else wrong, you know, that he knows best, and, you know, he's doing it at our detriment.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, to be honest, I think every single player in red and white tonight should hang their heads in shame, because considering the build-up, we were all gassed. We were expecting at least 2 or 3. Like, I wasn't exactly expecting, you know, a dominant, well, not dominant, but like an expansive first half where we played some excellent football. Right, when we came out for that second half, I was like, you know what? Poor first half, second half, surely we turn it on, because that's when Liverpool tend to concede a lot of goals. And also, as well, we're forgetting they concede a lot from set pieces too. But we did nothing. Like, we played like we were down to 10 men. Why? I mean, bro, like, if I look at the players today, right, Raya, bro, he pissed me off in the final minutes, because man is, yeah, just take your fucking time, mate. It's 0-0, 87th minute.
Yeah, for true, man.
What are you waiting for? Skelly, who was fucking atrocious when he came on.
Yeah.
Do you want to take any longer to take a throw in? Do you get what I'm saying? Look, everyone was just shit today. I thought, you know, Timber was decent defensively, but going forward, like, his crossing was fucking atrocious. Saliba and Gabriel, you know, they did their thing. Those are probably the only two that can actually although Saliba played that awful back pass in the first half that almost resulted in a goal, but still he was flawless. Apart from that, Gabriel again was probably our best player. Nkapia was okay until he got injured. Skelly I've already mentioned. Zubimendi was poor today. Declan Rice, he looked like he was on his last legs tonight.
Yeah.
No break. Odegaard, I've already mentioned. Saka was our best player in the first half. Second half, nothing from him. Trossard, nothing. And then Gyökeres was absolutely atrocious as well. But then Jesus comes on and does even fucking worse. So, like, I don't know. I mean, with Gyökeres, right, I actually starting to lose my patience. It's not his fault because I think it is the system.
Yeah.
But my God, like, is it hard to get in the positions to, like, Declan Rice whips in a fantastic ball in like across the 18-yard box, and he's just there chatting to the centre back, and I'm like, come on, like that is like basic striker's instinct to surely get on the end of that. I don't get it. He did the same against Aston Villa, and then tonight he's done the same thing, and like, I'm not going to give up on Gyökeres, but it's just like, it's becoming hard every single game. We can't just expect Gabriel Jesus to hold that position down when, bro, he's had his fucking knees amputated, both of them. You can't expect him to lead the line. Havertz, he's had 2 surgeries, in fact. So we have to expect him to come back. I mean, none of these attackers flourish under this manager. It's that simple.
Like what I would say is that rather the reason why I have patience is that so I mean, like, as we know, like Mikel Arteta, he wanted Benjamin Sesko like as his striker, right?
Yeah.
Like, and for some reason, like, this manager has such a hard on for the perfect Berbatov regen. It is. I mean, like, it is kind of crazy, but I mean, like, but that is the kind of like forward that he wants, like, in our attack. We knew that when Gyökeres signed, he was a Berta signing, but more importantly, he was a post Arteta signing, right? Like, we knew that when we signed Gyökeres, he was never going to come good under Arteta. Well, maybe never is a little bit too like black and white, but rather, like, there were greater chances that this striker was not going to come good simply because of this manager's track record. Like, this, rather, people love to talk about context, right? How much they love context. Well, let's talk about, as you said, like, all the strikers that have failed under this manager.
Exactly.
Like, and even further, like, we have seen better strikers in Aubameyang and Lacazette. Like, those are 2 strikers that are better than Gyökeres. They also did not perform under this manager. So a striker, despite how great of a goal scoring record he may have, I think it only just further underscores that this manager is rather, like, strikers are one of his kryptonites. And like, and rather, like, an example like this as well, it kind of reminds me of Ibrahimovic and his 1 year over at Barcelona, like, rather like, where he had a relatively poor season that year simply because he was being used as a decoy for was it Messi and Pedro, I think, at the time.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, so unfortunately, I mean, look, like, it's not going to, like, he's not a glamorous player. We're probably not going to see a lot of goals from him this season, but I already came to terms to that, like, when we had signed him, just because we know who this manager is, like, and so I mean, like, so, like, I know that unfortunately, when we do go without silverware this year, and again, I want to be proven wrong so bad, but it's performances like this that give me PTSD, just because we have seen it so many times over the last 20 years. When we get a new manager in, we're going to see Gyökeres, and we're also going to see Eze. Like, rather, like, we're going to see the Crystal Palace Eze, and we're going to see the Sporting Lisbon Gyökeres. Like, I have.
Yeah, but like these men are in their prime though. That's the problem. So, like, how long how long is it going to take for, Arteta to eventually move on at this point? Listen, I'm not even saying, get rid of him right now, but it's just like, Jesus Christ. It's just, how in these sort of games do you set up this, like, especially when, as I said, the game was there to be won inside 20 minutes. Liverpool didn't want to be there. They were drained already. It was shit weather, etc., etc. And then, like, we just, I mean, how long did we have to wait to make changes as well? How long did it have to take to bring on Eze too? Again, I'm trying my best to pluck out positives, but there's, apart from the fact, we've gone 6 points clear again, which was the case before the week. It was only because obviously Man City dropped points. That we are now like 6 points clear again, which, but again, this Arsenal team has an issue when it comes to, well, whenever we have the opportunity to pull away, it never happens. Like, we saw this 2 seasons ago, and I was like, you know what? Because Man City are dropping points left, right, and centre, there's no games in hand this time. Surely, like, all we have to do now is just pick up 3 points, take each game at a time, especially against the Liverpool side who, like, let's be honest, Fulham, who are depleted with, injuries or with players going to AFCON, they proposed more threat than us. This shouldn't be the case when we spent fucking a billion quid on this manager. Like, what is going on? How are Fulham looking more threatening than us?
Forest and Leeds put 3 past Liverpool, respectively.
Exactly. We couldn't even score from a set piece tonight, and they are awful at defending set pieces. If you've heard Liverpool fans, they have banged on about the fact they are shit when it comes to defending set pieces. How many corners do we have in that second half? One, and that was in the last minute. I mean, the thing is, like, forget like the 18-yard box. Forget that's how many shots we had during that second half. How many times did we actually enter their own half?
Yeah, exactly.
In that second half, it was so bad. Like, Chelsea can let that one slide because it was away from home, and yes, they were down to 10 men, but still, like, away from home at Stamford Bridge. Fair enough, you got a point. This is, for me, worse because you're at the Emirates, and Liverpool have had to set up with an attack of Frimpong, who's a right back playing at right wing, Gakpo at striker, or Wirtz. They had to play a bloody false 9, for God's sake. Who aren't like strikers. Like, come on, man. It's just. And then, Arteta comes out in his interview, is like, well, the same bollocks every week whenever we do drop points. It's, well, if you can't win the game, then don't lose it. It's just like, well, why did we not set up to win the game in the fucking first place? Why are we still setting up the same way we did in the reverse fixture? That's 4 attempts now we've not beaten fucking Arnie Slot. I thought we would win.
Exactly.
Yeah, I thought we would win the game, but I didn't say it was going to be, domination and Arsenal were going to batter them out the park. But boy, like, I was wrong, Jesus Christ, and we better beat fucking Portsmouth at the weekend, my God, because, at the moment, we only need to drop points once more before City eventually win another game, which is, I think it's Man United they've got next week, if I'm not mistaken. So it takes them a win, don't they? So like, if they win at the weekend against Man United, then yeah, it's down to 3 points, and then the pressure's on us to bloody beat Forest. And so I don't know, man. It's just so fucking frustrated with that.
Oh, just check on private chat, bro. So meaning give me.
Yeah, I put in the chat for her, Jordan. If she's free and she wants to come on, then she's more than welcome to. Anyone else in the chat who wants to join us, then feel free to. But yeah, I mean, Jordan, coming back to you as a Liverpool fan, bro. So you're saying for you that you're feeling disappointed coming out that you got a draw today?
For me, man, look, I didn't want to see Freddy. Before the guys join us, I want to see Freddy play. I don't want to see Freddy play. If we have Ekiti can actually agree with Oregon as well in the chat. He say, and if Ekiti can start the play, he would have scored. So yeah, because we have been talking about right now Arsenal and Liverpool one, but the game was very boring. So yeah, it was very very boring. We should have Freddy starts. I'd have Frimpong. But I don't know what kind of cross is that. Kicking the ball down on the ground. It's crossing the ball. If Salah would have done better better as well because he would have crossed it as well. For Salah when Salah crossing the ball, I know he crossing there, he's balling into the box. And for us playing the ball around the guys, I don't know, man. I don't think you guys really want to score goals, but I think you guys are really hungry to score goals against us more than we love to score against you guys. No, but yeah, I think we should have Federico play in this match, but he didn't put Freddy. Putting on Gomez for Bradley. Should have put on Freddy before we even reach 70 minutes or so.
That's
But
that's a crazy thing. He didn't make a single sub for you until
Yeah,
you
I was
had
gonna
to.
say, like, you would think they they would, gas out towards the end of the game, but I think they actually did towards the end. But Arsenal, despite bringing on fresh legs, again, just wanted to settle with a point, get out of there with a point. So that's the issue.
Yeah,
Liverpool didn't even have to make any changes, and they still got a point. So,
and it's that kind of behavior that has been so reoccurring and so predictable from Mikel. It's it really is funny simply because I mean Mikel doesn't make it difficult for managers to set up against themselves, or rather to set up against Arsenal. Because we continue to do the same damn thing over and over again. Why would our opponents change things up when something already works? And it is it's spooky. But I kind of want to talk about that MA Vandals comment here about being 6 points clear. We've seen how quick things can drop really quickly, and we have also seen that. Why this doesn't give me any comfort is because we have performances like tonight in the locker, and we don't know when they're going to show up. And more often than not, they show up at the most pivotal of times. Psychology is a real thing. This isn't FIFA. People's behaviors in their daily lives are actually being affected. And some of these players, the majority of them who have been here in the 22-23 season, in the 23-24 season, does anyone really have the belief that that these players aren't going back home and having those years being replayed in their mind every single night when they go to sleep? And especially after a night like tonight, they're going to be thinking, it's like that. It's like that CJ quote in GTA San Andreas. Oh shit, here we go again. They really got to shape up, and all we were just looking for is some consistency. That's the most important thing, simply because we have seen good performances in the season, but they just haven't been consistent over a span of games. And unfortunately, the performance like tonight though has been consistent, not just this season, but across seasons, across time. I mean, this has almost been epitomized at the Emirates Stadium itself. We have seen this all the way back from 2007, 2008, the year that Eduardo had broke his leg at St. Andrews. And there is still that same it's that same softness that still has not been addressed yet. And when we had brought over Arteta as a manager who had learned from some of like Wenger's like downturn in his like in his managerial career, like he has unfortunately brought that, they brought that psychology and behavior with him. It's oh, we really got to shape up, but I'm concerned, man.
Yeah. No, 100%. We bring Mel in. Mel, how you doing? You good?
Hey, Josh. Hi, everyone on the panel. It's good to see you all, but man, what a shit performance from us.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no sugarcoating this game. We look like we were the away team, and I'm not trying to single out players. There was not really players I could say could walk out of this game positively with their head held high. Saliba had a good game, but even in that first half, we nearly conceded a goal if that didn't hit the crossbar. The defending was abysmal for that, and Raya saved our ass. Gyökeres, I'm sick and tired of him. He's like Swedish Lukaku for me, and you can't tell me it's the system that we have to change to accommodate one player. His positioning inside the box, it's very frustrating. Rice makes brilliant runs for him, brilliant passes for him, and he's nowhere to be found. He's not in the area where we need him to be. If that was Havertz, he would have been crucified. And I'm not making an excuse for our players. I really think he's lacking significant confidence. Same thing with Lewis Skelly. He hasn't played in a while, and you saw against Frimpong. Thankfully, Frimpong can't finish his dinner, so just because he has pace, he really struggled with Lewis Skelly. Skelly was scared to take on Jeremy Frimpong, and it looked like we played to not lose rather than playing to win the game today. I thought we would. This is a Liverpool team without Salah, Ekitike, and Isak, and I thought we would smash them 3-1. And I'm here witnessing a boring second half, really boring second half. 0 shots until the 91st minute, and we were the home team. I also want to say, as someone who's a match-going fan, and I know, Josh, you go to games as well, so you'll understand this, the atmosphere was completely dead from minute one. Nobody was behind the team. It didn't feel like this was a Category A game. That game Leeds played, and they put 3 past Liverpool to tie at Anfield. Leeds fans show up with atmosphere, with intensity. We had no urgency in the team and in the fans who went to the game.
Yeah.
It felt like you could hear a pin drop, and it wasn't one of those games where we need low atmosphere. It didn't help. It didn't help, and that's what I have to say. There was no urgency in our pressing. I think it was Eze should have came on sooner, and Madueke. When Madueke came on, you saw he tried to make the impact. Arteta left the subs too late for me, and I would have taken off Gyökeres and tried to Marino up in the false 9, in the 9 position. I think that would have been beneficial. But again, like Dr. Seymour said, this is the same story we've seen where previously we were 8 points clear of City and we choked. And I think today's game where we drop points, we're showing City that Arsenal will still slip up. We have those moments and they can capitalize it. And they've done it on us before. So I think they're not going to take us as seriously as we would have been if we were 8 points clear of them. And that's disappointing.
See, so my suspicion was correct. So see, like, if this club had any shame, they would be refunding every match on the customer tonight. They would have, because I didn't hear, but like, were there any boos going on rather like at the half or at full time?
I don't think so.
Other than my watch along, hell no.
Yeah, I don't think there was any, like,
unfortunately, that's also a disgrace.
Yeah, I don't think there was any like heavy booze going on. I would say. I mean, to be fair, I wasn't expecting heavy booze, but like, I don't think I heard one.
But it did really feel like the fans accepted after like 70 minutes, okay, we're playing for a draw. Like, I think at that point, those of you that did watch longs today, you realize like Arsenal are playing not to lose this game, not to win it. It did feel like that, at least.
Like, and like if there's one thing that I truly I don't like using the word hate. It's a very harsh word, right? You know, I mean, like, but there's one thing that I truly despise. It is a lack of a ruthless instinct. You know, like, and every time that opportunity approaches where we have rather like where the opportunity rather presents ourselves like to put our foot on our rivals necks and say, you know what, like you're 6 points rather sorry, I'm like you're 5 points back or you're 8 points back, well now it's going to be 8, now it's going to be 11, you know, like, you know, rather like last year, like when Liverpool had pretty much walked it, like it was because they were playing consistently. Like they were creating the gap in space. And when we had seen perform and when we had seen like the match results like throughout this week, it was on us to get the 3 points, to capitalize. And that is going to be like our Achilles heel, is just not capitalizing on that. And you know, like, and like what's so bothersome is that, you know, again, like all goes back down to behavior. Like we have seen this lack of ruthlessness over time. So how is it, right? How is it that we have supposedly one of the smartest managers in the world, and yet if we can all see something reoccurring, like a behavior as commonplace as a lack of a killer instinct, how come it has not been addressed yet?
No, facts, bro. Facts.
We have similar issues to last season with the final lacking end product in the final third. That first half, we created good chances, nothing to show for it in the final third.
Yeah.
And Saka hasn't been his best this season. I know he's some people's favorite players, but they're not excused of criticism and constructive criticism, that is.
Facts.
And I don't think he's been his absolute best that we've seen him, at least so far this season.
And we're about to give him a new contract extension. How about that?
Yeah, I'm sure you guys seen all the reaction about what he did as well, right? On the Conor Bradley injury thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just like, well,
what did he do?
He basically tried pushing Bradley off the pitch when he was already injured.
But the guy it seemed like he's done his ACL, and what Martinelli done push him off the pitch is, it's really bad sportsmanship.
Yeah,
like there was no need for it. You know what I mean? It's like when Xhaka went up to Trent in the past seasons. You know, it's one of those. You don't need. It's not a red card moment, but it's bad sportsmanship, and that's the last thing we need on our table. You know.
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, guys, we got FA Cup next. 2 cup matches before Forest game.
Yeah.
So Portsmouth away
for Chelsea in that Carabao Cup first leg.
Yeah, that's true. And no Cucurella as well, right?
No,
that's play.
That's only one game.
Yeah, only one.
Oh, is it one game?
Because it wasn't violent conduct, was it?
Fair enough.
It's like when Saliba got a red last season.
Yeah, but yeah, I think we should be beating Portsmouth surely in the
if Gyökeres can't score against Portsmouth, oh my God, there's no.
I don't think he'll even start, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna be starting either. Or maybe he will. But you know, we should be doing a lot of things. You know, like we should be walking the treble this year. You know, we should be putting teams to bed. We should stop making meals out of matches that like for example, like those meals made out of like Wolves and Everton and Crystal Palace and even tonight, you know, like I mean, this was an out of form Liverpool. They had massive absences, and we, you know, like, and as you said, Belinda, that was a great point. Like we looked like the away team like tonight, like rather we looked completely bereft of ideas, and we also didn't have any. It didn't seem like any real desire to change something different, to spawn a new idea, and I just can't understand, I can understand it just simply because it's all these emotionally driven mental gymnastics, to be so complacent and to not address these issues head on. like will be the death like of this manager at this club.
Yeah.
This is
Nice,
what I'm
but-
saying. Like, I don't know like who's gonna play up front right now. If I'm being honest with you, because Jesus has amputated both his knees, as I said. Gyökeres, this manager can't get the best out of any strikers, and Havertz is just shit in general. So, like, he was shit before his surgery, so I couldn't bear to think like what it's going to be like when he's back from injury. But I don't even know who we play up front. So I don't know like.
Marino,
Marino, yeah, probably
telling you.
Marino.
But like, yeah, but
Or even
Marino.
Martinelli at some point. I don't know. Like,
Listen, Rory, we're down bad. We don't have much options here.
you know what? Play Win up front. Why not?
I
Win the dog,
don't
man.
think we're signing anyone in January. I really don't believe this club will do business in January, other than perhaps a pre-contract with Guehi for the summer.
Yeah, did you guys see all that about Guay coming in potentially?
I
Like we've
don't
entered the race for him.
Yeah, listen. I'll take him. I'll take
take
him
him,
because
So does that mean we cash in on Ben White?
Yep.
And give Hincapié back to Leverkusen?
Nah. We'll sign Hincapié permanently. That's a done
Excuse
deal.
me, I'm sorry. Pardon me. No way. You
No.
really believe
This isn't
that?
my opinion. Like, it's guaranteed. Like, we're gonna.
I hope that's not the case.
Why?
I said it on your podcast last week. I think the guy is rash like Gabriel was a few seasons ago.
I don't think he's that rash, to be honest. Like, how was he?
Well, I mean, like,
To be fair, I don't think he was that bad tonight. Was he?
I
Until
thought
he
No,
got
he
injured.
wasn't bad
I thought he
tonight.
was good today at Capier.
Yeah, he was not too bad.
you-
Though he didn't really have much to do, did he?
I thought he was solid defensively, but he didn't go forward enough for me. Like
Yeah,
Callum
like
did.
Yeah,
Skelly was atrocious when he came on.
Yeah, he has no confidence.
Jesus did worse than Gyökeres, as I said, when he came on. So, like, and then Eze and obviously Madueke came on when it's too
So
late.
would you have
Like, why
brought
did they come on
Marino
earlier?
instead of Jesus for Gyökeres, or what would you have done then?
I would have brought
I
Jesus
would have
on and
kept
taken
an actual
Odegaard off.
striker on the pitch. That's what I would have done.
On and take Odegaard off. I can see
Play
that.
4-4-2.
I can see that.
But I would have just kept at least a striker on the pitch because Jesus isn't a striker.
Correct. Yep. Like
Because the thing is, how many strikers are we actually going to turn on before we actually realise it is the system? Because you look at the likes of Lacazette, you look at Aubameyang, you look at Nketiah. Like, these strikers have been, towards their tenure at Arsenal, they have been crap. Before,
Kelly was really bad.
Who?
MLS with Frimpong
MLS.
today. He couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
Bro, the guy's not a left back. This is what I'm saying. At the moment, he's not a left back. He should be used as a midfielder. And at the weekend is the perfect opportunity to actually give one of Rice and Zubimendi, in fact, both of them, because it should be Norgard in midfield, but this should be the opportunity to play Lewis Skelly as a midfielder.
But let me flip that back to you guys, though. If Eze can barely get into this midfield team, how do you guys expect Lewis Skelly or Ethan Waneri to under this manager?
Yeah.
That's exactly
This is what I'm saying. Like, it's all speculative.
Yeah.
Well, but to that end, Molina, that's exactly that. Rather like the Arteta tariff weighs heavy, and and unfortunately, we can see Odegaard put in a shift like that tonight, right? Like if there was a league game in 3 days' time, he would be starting yet again. Like rather like Odegaard is almost like near undroppable. Like if he's breathing, like Saka, like if they're breathing, they're starting. It doesn't matter how many 2 out of 10 performances that they put in. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, he doesn't have the balls to drop Odegaard. It's the same issue with not having the balls to drop Aubameyang until there is disciplinary issues. It's the same thing over and over and over again.
The thing is, I actually want us to go strong as well against Portsmouth because, like,
we have to.
Yeah, it actually takes me back to when Liverpool got knocked out by bloody Plymouth and they were at the bottom of the Championship at the time. Yeah, that's why I'm like, you know what, I might have to go strong here because I really do not want to be.
If we lose to Portsmouth, I'm crashing out.
Yeah,
come on.
Rather they're not doing good in league form, but like Fratton Park is not a I mean, like it is just as much of a fortress to them as Ellen Road is like for Leeds.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I we have to be we have to be we have to feel a team that can assuredly get over the line. But again, like all these shoulds really mean jack
Right,
all.
please.
Sorry,
Sorry,
mate.
Doctor, sorry. But like, bro,
Apparent-
how many times have we been in this situation? Please tell me. How many times are we going to, bro? We drew 13 games last season.
Yeah.
Countless times we were going, take the point, move on, take the point, move on. It's away from home. Now we're at home against a depleted Liverpool team. In fact, let me reverse this question on you. What's your name? Dubai, yeah? Quality name. What did you predict before the game? Answer me that.
Mm.
Who asking me? Sorry.
No.
I was asking the geese from the chat.
I'm sorry.
This comment, Doctor, is saying apparently we got
you
to
guys
chill.
got to chill.
We got to chill or something.
You know what, Dubai? You got it. But actually, you know what? You have to be more upset. You have been so desensitized to failure and mediocrity that you can't even identify it when it approaches you.
Thanks, Nate.
But we didn't lose. Yeah, no, I'm sorry, buddy. We dropped 2 points tonight. Thanks.
Yeah, it is a dropping. We had an opportunity to go 8 points clear, and whenever we get in those positions, we never take advantage. Really rarely.
No, 100%. Big up Bargath in the chat who's just joined as well, mate. Big up.
The thing is, we do have the squad. We do have the squad, but we don't manage it properly.
Yeah.
I mean, like overall, I would concur with that. I think there are still players in this squad that have been certainly on fraud watch, and they are ultimately riding on the bus for free, and they should not be here. But to your point though, like this team is good enough to at least win a trophy, and considering how much the rivals have dropped this season, we shouldn't be 6 points clear. We should be 12 points clear at minimum. But simply because we are dropping silly points left and right, we are not capitalizing on other teams' mistakes. We are always allowing the door to be opened. And this has been a common practice time and again. And this manager still has not learned time and again.
Yeah, 100%. Jordan, bro, any last thoughts, Liverpool fan?
Well, we have a game on Monday. Barnsley, we could rotate on Monday. Well, I hope we do not start with this crap again, right? So let's see if we're gonna start these 17-year-old kids once more. So yeah, we have a Senegal 17 years old player that will play under at the World Cup for them. So yeah, we will probably rotate for Monday. So yeah, against Barnsley. So we could use Mamadashvili in goal on Monday. So yeah, so Ali will be resting for the game against Burnley when we play them. So yeah, so we're gonna rotate on Monday against Barnsley. So yeah, that is what I have to say, man, for us.
Bargav says his management been Madueke and Eze. Madueke again today, I thought was good. I thought he was sharp off the bench.
Yeah, it's probably our best attacker.
I agree. Honest. Instant impact when he came on.
Although Saka was our best attacker in the first half, or best player even, but again, just awful second half. Everyone was awful, to be honest, in the second half.
Yeah, I'm not picking no man of the match today.
Nah.
Yeah, maybe apart from the two centre backs, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Right, and by the way, Mel, did you see at the end of the game? Well, not at the end of the game, but like towards the end of the game, twice. In fact, it may have been more than twice, where we're wasting time from goal kicks and throw-ins.
Yeah.
It's just madness. I'm like, get the ball forward. It's 0-0 for God's sake.
Yeah.
Correct. There is absolutely no
done that
urgency.
several times this season. Sunderland Stadium of Light, same garbage.
No, this idiot, bro, has no idea what the fuck he's talking about. Light years better. Kai's light years better. We're still on the 29 bum chum train. It's crazy.
I know, it's just mad.
I swear down, you know, it's
Fine, like fine, give up on your careers, but like whoever the striker's gonna come in, right? Whether that's, you know, an out and out number 9, he'll get exactly the same treatment, trust me, under this manager. Because it's more suited to a false 9.
Yeah.
Right? Yes, again, Gyökeres needs to do better when it comes to his, you know, box movement. But at the same time, when we are basically doing this tippy-tappy bullshit outside the box, no one, and I mean no one, not just Gyökeres, every time we're whipping across, we are probably the worst team in the league when it comes to cutbacks. Because there's no fucker there to pounce. And that is the problem. So listen, like, give up on Gyökeres. I don't care, but like, you'll soon realise when we eventually bring in another number 9, which I don't know if that will be the case under this manager anymore after Gyökeres. Then you'll see exactly the same pattern, like we saw with Nketiah, like we saw with Lacazette, like we saw with Aubameyang. And those are the only 3 strikers we've actually had at this football club.
Yeah, and you know, and we've already seen again, like this all goes back to the stubbornness of this manager. Like, you know, like over time, rather just a few years ago, like we had seen the system at its peak. You know, like it was a very high octane offense rather. And for some reason, we have now tweaked it in such a way where we are pretty much the inverse of that. And I solely associate that to the PTSD of this manager, because he still can't get over the fact that he lost it when Saliba went down to injury, and we had to place Rob Holding in that defensive line. The system has already proven it doesn't work. That's why Berta was brought in. That's why Gyökeres was brought in, because these players. Rather, it could be the players, but it's also the system. It doesn't work. And this manager is getting paid one of the highest salaries in the world in his profession. It is incumbent upon him to do his job and to get over the line. And that means, yes, that means changing something that doesn't work. You know, like truly, he is so stubborn, and he's such a blatant narcissist that if he were to change or tweak anything, he would ultimately be saying, "Oh yeah, maybe I wasn't getting it right the last 5.5, 6 years."
Yeah, no, absolute facts. Anything you guys want to end on before I wrap it up, or think you covered everything?
Yeah.
I'm sick of this fucking manager. Just rather like I'd rather just end the season already. You know, I'm telling you, even 6 points clear, we should be winning the league, and we should also be winning a domestic cup at minimum. If we're not doing that, I swear down, I don't want to hear this fucking manager's name even associated with this club ever again.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Guys, thank you all so much for tuning in today on both the streams. Jordan, please shout yourself out, man.
Yes, indeed. Well, guys, I hit 2.5k subscribers. Now it's road to 3k. So yeah. Coming up. Oh yeah, me and Josh will be doing AFCON tomorrow. Well, yeah, we'll go watch Cameroon and Joshua Brian Diaz Millington tomorrow. So that is our next one, and then the King of Egypt Salah on Saturday. So yeah.
Yes.
That's coming up, man. AFCON tomorrow. Big up.
Yeah, big up Jordan, man, every single time. Rory, bro, you got a reaction coming?
Yeah, I'm actually gonna go live tomorrow, in fact, for the match reaction.
Nice.
I just can't be asked right now to do a pre-recorded one. Yeah, that's probably what's gonna be coming up tomorrow, and then, you know, covering the game against Portsmouth on Sunday, I think. So that's about it, really.
Yeah, big up, man. And Mel, massive shout out to you. Thank you very much for coming on today.
Thanks for having me on, Josh.
Do you want to shout out where they can find you?
My channel is Miss Melina. I do all most Arsenal content. I'll be doing the Portsmouth game on Sunday. Hopefully, we regroup and get our shit together because this was abysmal at home. And yes, big up Jordan, big up Josh, and the panel on here.
Big up Erling Haaland, man. That is Man City. Yeah, just journey me. Big up yourself.
And last but not least, Doctor, man. I know you ain't got a channel, but still, bro, thanks for coming on as always. It's always a pleasure, my friend.
My pleasure. You know, I'm always on call, both here as well as at London Colney Renal Center. So, look, I mean, I apologize for the profanity, but I mean, like, I am truly sick and tired of all this complacency. You know, like, and all of this and all this fragility as well. You know, like this manager has had 6 years. He has spent over $1 billion. We have won nothing. We have also gone over 2 decades now without winning the league. I am famished for silverware. And if anyone has been supporting this club as long as I have, like, I swear down, like, I can't imagine why you are not as famished for silverware as I am. I mean, I'm not trying to put you, you know, like, I'm not trying to compare myself to anyone else, but I am starving for silverware. I'm so hungry. I want to see this club get over the line. I want to see this manager. I don't care who this manager is. I don't care if it's Mikel Arteta or Daffy Duck. Get us over the line. Like, really and truly, like, that's all that matters. Like, I love this club, and I hate bantering and satirizing a club that I have supported my entire life. I don't take any pleasure in it. I just want to see us win.
Yeah, 100%. Guys, thank you all so much for tuning in. All the likes and all the comments today on both the streams. We'll be back tomorrow, guys. We'll talk about the Gay transfer tomorrow. That'll be here tomorrow afternoon, and then we'll talk. Obviously, then we'll do the AFCON games as well. So hope to see some of you lot tomorrow. Big up everyone, and as always, come on, you Gunners. We're out of here, people.